I'm going to show you the blueprint to getting more sales on your Shopify store by optimizing your marketing and optimizing your website. The same stuff that I use for my own personal brands to hit $100,000 months on just one of my brands. But let me not just show you a screenshot. Let me go into my actual dashboard, because I know people be lying. You can see $106,000. I'll go ahead and refresh. $106,000. If you want to learn how to get more sales on your Shopify, this video is going to be a full walkthrough on how exactly you can do that. So do yourself the favor and watch the full 10 to 20 minute video. I promise you there's gonna be so much value in this video, and I'm not gonna say you anything. What's better than free knowledge? Just apply it and watch the video and you'll learn so much. So the best way to get more sales on your Shopify store is by using what I like to call the Catalyst backend. And what the Catalyst backend does is it improves your marketing and also optimizes your websites for the right things. And we're gonna break down what each of those things you should be optimizing and exactly how you can optimize it in the video. We're also gonna show you some websites, what to not do and what you should do and what it should look like, so you guys know exactly how to do it. And by the way, I'll leave a link to this doc so you guys can have it for free, and you can see some of my clients' testimonials, see their stories, watch exactly how it's helped them. But let's go into it. So to start off, the reason why most people struggle to get sales consistently is because they're using one of the two flawed systems. The first one, they're running ads to a cheap gimmicky product that no one cares about. They're running it straight to a product page with minimal information, leaving the customers with more questions, and they kind of pray the product's cheap enough so they impulse buy. Let me show you a couple examples of some pretty shit websites that hopefully you're not doing, and if you are, you kind of learn and don't do it. So going into this one, you see the product page image. The product picture image is super low quality. It looks super stupid. You're scrolling down, there's this huge block of text that no one's gonna read, and other than that, there's pretty much no information on the actual product itself. The customer will go to this with a bunch of questions on, how does the product work? How long does it work? What's the shipping? All these questions about the product, and the product page does no justice in solving that. It just leaves them with more questions. So I wouldn't be surprised if these guys' conversion rate is just super low, because it's impossible to sell anyone on a website that looks similar to this. Here's another example of a pretty bad product page. And once again, if your product page looks like this, I'm not doing this to, shit on your brand, but just hopefully you can get some value out of this. Big no using white, images. It doesn't look branded at all. People don't really resonate with that stuff. Again, they're really settling for these huge block texts. The customer's not really getting the information that they need. Very minimal information, not a lot of stuff that they can get from this. Ultimately, the customer probably leaves with more questions than they had going into it. You're supposed to solve their questions, solve their problems, etc. We're going exactly how to do that later. So this is one flawed system that people might be using if they're struggling getting consistent sales. Another system that they might be using is they might be posting organic content on TikTok or Instagram, kind of crossing their fingers, hoping people, go to the link in bio, click on it, and then impulse buy. Problem is that organic is super inconsistent, and it's just a bad system. Let me go to a TikTok page that's similar. So you see this TikTok page, even though they're getting, a lot of views, which by the way, this is actually my TikTok page. I used to run this. This was a 7-figure brand. And it's crazy me telling you don't do organic, because this is kind of how I started. But again, I started this brand back in 2022. It is now 2025. Organic dropshipping doesn't work nearly as well as it did back in 2022 or 2019 when I first kind of started doing this stuff. Even though I made a lot of stuff here, and you see I get some crazy views on some of these videos, it's just super inconsistent. The entire time I was running this brand, I would struggle with, maybe one day I'd hit 30, 50K day, but then the next day might be like a 2, 3, 4, 5K day, which is still insane to think about. But obviously, again, I was like super dedicated. We were obviously pulling like really crazy views here. The problem is most of the time, you're not even getting crazy views like this. You're getting like 10K, 500K max. You can see pretty much every video over here is over 1 million views. But if you're, your highest day might be $1,000 day, then every other day after that, you might struggle to get one sale. That's why I don't really go to organic dropshipping. It's just too inconsistent. I like to go down a different path where I can consistently know how much I'm gonna make. If I'm paying bills, for my parents or wanting to travel, I want to know how much money I'm making. So I kind of veered away from this kind of model and this flawed system right here. So now you know two things that don't work. So let me explain to you how the Catalyst backend system works. There's 3 things. There's the top of the system, middle of the system, and then bottom of the system. Here's like a little image right here so you guys can see. And we're going to focus on optimizing each part of this system. Once you do that, you're going to get consistent sales. Okay, let's talk about the top of the system. This is where the traffic is first clicking on your site. How do you consistently get and optimize people to go to your site and optimize your marketing? First and foremost, you need to be testing creatives. This is a non-negotiable. You may have, 6 different creatives, but typically only 1 or 2 are going to actually drive most of your results. How I like to do is stay optimized in my ads manager is I like to name them 1 through, whatever, how many I'm testing. And I'll test all of them and see what are my high performers, which ones are driving, the most results. And I'm going to start optimizing for that. Again, when I'm doing these tests, I'm keeping everything the same. I'm not changing too many different variables. The only variable I'm changing is the actual ad creative itself. Everything else, like the targeting, the text, and the budget, stay the same. So the only variable is the creative. This allows you to figure out, okay, if this ad is performing a lot better than this one, it has to be the creative. Okay, here's an example of what that setup looks like. And then here's my actual ads manager so you guys can see. You can take a look at this. This is actually my client, so it's not even mine. So don't feel too happy about it. But this is a huge pool, and I could say probably the most important pool if you want to figure out how to actually optimize your marketing is figure out which creatives are actually performing best. And again, use this structure to actually figure that out. Once you figure some of those out, we need to figure out the actual interest, to figure out what customers and what demographic of people actually resonate with your product. Testing interest is equally important. Test one interest per ad set to figure out which audience performs the best. We're gonna choose interests that are related, but kind of distinct as well from each other. So if you're doing like health, you might wanna go, footwear enthusiast, or, football player, NBA player. So stuff that's on like different pockets, okay? We wanna test both creatives and interests separately. Again, we wanna know exactly what's working so then we can scale and move up more efficiently. Let me show you exactly in my ads manager what that would look like. As you can see right here, here's some proof of the pudding of this actually working. We tested all these different creatives. This particular creative right here, Dyson Company, was the one that worked. Okay, this one drove all the sales. All of these interests, by the way, have the exact same ad creatives. The only thing that's different is the type of people we're targeting. And you can see just how one little small change can go from making no sales to pulling 4 website purchases and actually kind of getting you some consistent sales. So that's the 2 biggest things you should be optimizing on the top of the system. And then moving down to the middle of the system, this is where the money is made. We're focusing on 2 things: average order value and conversion rate. Now, how do we fix and optimize some of these things? First and foremost, we want to remove objections, okay? We want to solve every problem that the customer may have with buying, and then 9 out of 10, they're just going to buy, okay? If they go to the website and they have no reason why they shouldn't buy, they're just gonna buy, okay? They already went on, they're interested in the product. Just solve the reasons why they shouldn't buy and they will. We do this by using videos and GIFs. Use this to answer the most common questions and concerns about the product and make sure that these are super high definition, using detailed descriptions and headlines, providing key details and answering common questions and stuff like that. And let me show you a website that's crushing and doing this pretty well. When you go to this is a creatine. It's like a booty builder. You post it, it's like a creatine gummy. It's basically supposed to make women's butt bigger. Now, the obvious objection people would have before they bought this is like, well, does it work? Like, does it actually make my butt bigger before I buy it, right? So as you see, they start immediately solving those objections. They put a ton of customer testimonials as soon as you scroll down. So you click on it, you can watch testimonial after testimonial. Then they start putting clinically researched ingredients. Again, they're just solving this one huge objection. And then they get into how it works, which might be the second objection that the people have. Like, okay, we know it works, but how does it work? And they show exactly what that kind of process looks like. And again, they're going down and solving each of these objections that the customer has. Instead of just blindlessly making a product page, they have some actual structure with it. Now, to boost average order value, one of my favorite things that you can do is what I like to call free shipping unlocks. A lot of people just give free shipping. Don't just give away free shipping. Make your customers earn it. You offer free shipping on orders over a certain amount, like let's say $70 or slightly above your average order value, so that your customers start buying that just so they can unlock free shipping. Customers are going to add more items to their cart to avoid paying for shipping. Let me show you what this will look like. So we have this lion manes capsule right here. You see when we add to cart, they have this really dandy like free shipping bar right here that you can download on a Shopify app. And you can see, and customers can kind of gamify in their mind like, oh wow, like if I just spend $17 more, I get free shipping. They see exactly when they unlock it. It encourages our customers to spend more money on our website, which is ultimately going to lead to more profit for the business that we can, take as profit or just reinvest back into marketing, but a higher average order value. But upsells and downsells is one of the most important things you can do to actually boost your average order value. Upsells and downsells encourages your customer to spend more money or at least add an extra item. For upsells, offer an additional product, okay, before checkout and after checkout, okay? Now, if they decline that, you offer them a cheaper alternative, which is what you would call a downsell, okay? Now, we can see that they did this pretty well in the add to cart button. You can see right here, you click on that, they have different variants of the same product. So they're selling this lion manes capsule, but they have other stuff, reishi mushrooms or cordette mushrooms, stuff that's super similar that people might also want that they can, go ahead and buy as well. And then when they check out, I'd love to see this website also, since the customer already has their card on file, push this exact same thing and then make it super easy to just click one button and then buy it again. The card's already on file, which means there's literally no friction to buy again. They just click one button. They've added another product. Super simple, gonna raise your AOV. Now, value discounts, a lot of people know about, but they're not implementing it correctly. We wanna offer value discounts such as, 10% off if they order 2 products or 15% off if they order 3. So customers spend more money to get a better deal. And if we go back to the Perfect Peach product, you can see they did that very, very well. You can have 1 month for $39, or you can have 2 months for $34, or better yet, best deal, buy 4 and you'll get them for $27 each. And it plays on the customer psychology to make them feel like they're getting a better deal if they spend more, which they are, right? But it also helps you because they're spending more money and you paid the exact same amount to get them on your website. You just want them to spend more money, okay? It makes it more profitable, a way more profitable sale. So that's the middle of the system where the money is made, but I promise you the bottom of the system is super important, okay? A lot of people do not implement this, and this is why they can't get consistent sales. The bottom of the system is all about customer retention. There's 3 main components to keeping your customers retained and keep them coming back. Here's how. First and foremost, email and SMS marketing. We want to set up email and SMS flows to re-engage our customer after purchase. For example, we can send a follow-up like 75 days after they ordered and ask them if they enjoyed the product, along with the 15% discount code so they can come back and buy again. You have to realize customers that have already bought, they're hot leads, they're already customers that have bought. They enjoy your product. They're the most easiest customers to convert again. So it makes sense to constantly re-engage with these, hot customers, your previous customers. You've been collecting their email and sending them new discounts and stuff because they're most likely gonna buy. Right? Another thing you can do is adding product inserts. So you can include an insert inside of your product packaging, offering a discount on their next order. For example, when your product runs out, come back and buy for 25% off for your next purchase. Those really, really do well. Third thing, you have to realize for them to come back and want to buy again, they have to enjoy the first time that they bought. So having a great customer experience, everything should be seamless, okay? Fast shipping, easy returns, amazing customer support. A customer shouldn't be waiting 3 to 4 days for a response. They should be getting fast and amazing customer support, kind of handling all the problems that they have, because the customer is going to remember these things when they think about your brand again. And as a bonus, I'm going to show you a couple of examples of some email and SMS that's working pretty well that you can kind of hit your customers with. So you have a little bit of a template. So this one right here, it just sent again to customers that have already bought. Hey, 10% off home and office cleaning supplies. Super simple. Hey, don't miss out on our cleaning supplies, 10% off. You send this out to 1,000 of your customers that have already bought. There's a great chance that like 10% or even 5% buy, that's like 50 customers that bought off of one email, right? Here's another great example, a gift for you. Enjoy 10% off. Here's a code. And they kind of put the product images right here in case they want to buy again or buy a similar product if they really, really enjoyed the product. Again, this is free money. You already have their email, so keep working the customers and keep working that list and collecting money from them and getting them to come back, putting it in their face and giving them an incentive to come back, which is that discount. That's the Catalyst backend in a nutshell. Top of system, middle, and bottom. If you found this valuable, you actually got some, free value from this. Again, this is my free, my free stuff. Okay. I have a lot more where this comes from. If you want to work with me one-on-one and me personally help you scale your brand or me personally implement this Catalyst backend system into your brand, you can go down, text me on Instagram, or you can just go down and book a call to talk with me directly in the YouTube description right now. There's a little link down there in the description. Book a call. If you want my personal help, go here there and book a call. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, completely free. The only thing I ask, just like the video and comment your favorite part. That's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.